Hey guys, this is Joel Lindeman, owner and operator of the Birdie Bay in Broomfield, Colorado. The address is 11970 Quay Street. The major cross streets are 120th Avenue and Main, right behind the Three Margaritas here. This building actually shares space with Lindeman Chiropractic. But when you book at broomfieldindoorgolf.com on the Birdie Bay's website, you'll get a PIN code. Park your car, you can actually just follow this sign up around the bend here to the left of the building. There's a private ramp. Takes you up to the Birdie Bay door. You'll get a code sent to you about 10 to 15 minutes before your tee time. Just come up to this door, enter the code on that pin pad, and then you can open the door and get everything set up. All right, so as you step in through this door here that we just put the pin code in, when you step onto these steps, at night, it may be dark in here. We do have a couple of night lights that you'll have some light, but don't worry, the lights in the ceiling are motion activated. So once you take a couple steps down these steps here, the lights will turn on in the building and you can get situated from there. All right, guys, one thing we want to point out here at the Birdie Bay, we ask that you wash your clubs prior to playing, especially if you just played around outdoors. The dirt and grass and stuff can get on the balls, and then the balls can get that on the screen, and that's really hard and expensive to replace. So we just ask that we have a ball washer right here and a club washer. Just use that to clean your clubs prior to playing. The computers are over here. With our computer, we'll get you instructions on how to use those. I also have printed out instructions for everybody right here, and there will be a link to this same video on the screen here. But in the Birdie Bay, we have couch, little table there. Over here, we have a coffee maker that you can use. We have a refrigerator that you can use. We do have a fireplace if it's a little chilly out. The best thing to do is you hit the power button on here to turn it on. And then this button is a timer button. You just tap that for the amount of time you're gonna be here, 30 minutes. It goes up by 30 minutes to an hour, then 2 hours. And then it'll turn off on its own when you're done with your game. Screen here, which we'll get on how to turn that on here in just a second, is a 16-foot by 9-foot screen. So I'm at the computers here. If for some reason they're not on, the power button is just right there on the tower. It should be on, but sometimes people shut the computer down on accident. I do have this in the instruction booklet too, but the pin number is 1221. Once the computer is on, you may have to turn the projector on, this white remote. Come over to where the projector, you just press this green button, and that light will go from orange to green. And as it's warming up, eventually the screen will pop up on here. And then you can start with the next steps. All right, so as you can see, the projector is all booted up. It's duplicating this screen right here. The next step, you come over to, this program should already be up and running. This is the Unicore launcher. If it's not, on this screen, we labeled these nice and easy. This one's called First. Double click that, that'll open that screen, this program here, which you need for the launcher to work. And then you double click this second one, and it'll pop up with this warning. Do you want it to make changes? You just say yes, and it'll launch this window on the top screen on the computer, which in this bottom part here will actually show a video of how your club struck the ball, and it has all this data and things like that. And then while that is loading, GS Pro will load down here. We ask that you keep this the same. So the settings are 3840 by 2160, which is 4K. Graphics quality is ultra, and the monitor is display one left. Again, we do have all of this in this printed out sheet here if you need it. We'll also have a video on the computer. So this will launch the GS Pro software itself. This window here that pops up needs to be on, but you don't need to see it, so you can actually just minimize it. It's basically the same stuff that this is, but we just minimize it so it's running in the background. And then we have you on GS Pro. So once you're in GS Pro, you can go practice facility, which is basically driving range. There's actually some pretty fun things in there though. In the driving range, you can make it random holes where it'll actually give you a 400-yard hole, then a 38-yard hole, and all this stuff, and then in the sand, out of sand, elevation, all that stuff. There's local matches, what you'll probably be doing most of. There are some other challenges, tournaments, and things like that. But to play, you just click local match. There's a bunch of golf courses in here, and they're constantly being updated, so just pick one. We'll just go Bear Dance here. Once you click play, it goes to this one where you can say who's going to be playing. So you have these players. To add or edit a player, you just go here, and you can create a player and then go back and use them. But once you choose your players, you can actually go to match settings. You can say how you want to play, give me an auto putt. I like to putt here, so I do 8-foot putts, but some people don't like putting on simulators because it's a little different inside. So you can actually change this to auto putt fixed, which will give you like targets. So if you're inside one ring, it'll be a 1 putt. Inside the next ring is a 2 putt, and so on. And then you just go back. Oh, sorry, I went too far back. Once you choose which settings you want to do, you can just say, hey, let's play Bear Creek, or some courses actually have a range built into the course, but you can just go play and then you can start playing. There's also the ability to be able to do scrambles and things. It's a little bit more involved, but you can let me know and we can kind of tell you how to do scrambles. You can set up some tournaments and things that we'll do down the road, but for now, just this get you going to playing some golf. Once this loads here, some of these courses take a little while to load because they actually are 4K, but once they're loaded on here, it'll duplicate over here, and then you can just start swinging away. On another note, if you come over here, we do recommend, and we actually really ask, that you use our golf balls that are provided. We have plenty of them, and tees. These golf balls are designed for better reading in indoor golf simulators. So, and they're clean and they're not going to ruin the screen. So we prefer to use those. This is a sandbag with a bunch of tees attached to it. And then we also have blue tees over in this holder over here. This box right here is not stapled to the ground or anything. You can move it around, but it basically has shortcuts to flyover, aiming left, aiming right, mulligans, and so on. So you don't have to go to the computer if you want to change your aim and everything. But now it's up and running. You could swing away. All right, one more thing. If you have to use the restroom here, the restroom door is actually up these steps to the right of the simulator. You just open this door and you go about halfway down the hall. The bathroom's on the left. On the other side of this door is the chiropractic office, Lindemann Chiropractic. So we just ask that you, be cognizant of that business as well. They are open 3.5 days a week, so sometimes you'll be here and they will not be open. But that is where the bathroom is, through that hall. Like we said, we do a fridge, coffee maker for your enjoyment. It is a Sonos surround sound system. So if you wanted to play your own music through your phone, through Spotify or whatnot, you can just go to our Wi-Fi, which is, again, in this packet. The Wi-Fi instructions are in there, and you can play Sonos. The TVs, there's 2 4K TVs, one on each wall here. Each one has its own remote. You just turn the remote on, press down until you get to Fubo, and Fubo TV is all the sports and everything. We prefer that you use that, but there is other apps if you want to do that as well. But we also just ask that you turn the TVs off when you leave. All right, so when you're done golfing, when your time is up, you just exit. The best way, you can end the round in the middle, or at the end, there'll be a button to say end round. But if you hit these 4 dots here, you can just hit end round. And it'll say, you sure you want to do that? You confirm, it'll take you back out to the main window. Then the only thing we ask is you click exit here and it shuts down the program. When you leave, just go out the same door here. As you get outside, we just ask that you pull the door closed, hit this yell button on the top, and it'll lock. And hopefully come back and enjoy the Birdie Bay again. Thank you.